Tank, he got the power, and he got the equalizer. Anything can happen with Tank. But Tank give away a lot of rounds.
This thing with 1,000 keys on it. But every key, they knew that key was for a certain door to get into the building. When he's moving around, I'm saying, he's the super with that big key ring, and he's looking for the right key to get in the door.
A chess match.
Did you understand in that moment, like, why he is who he is?
Yeah, I seen why he's able to beat these guys.
Curmel Moton sends a strong warning to Lamont Roach, urging him to rethink a rematch against Gervonta "Tank" Davis. With Davis's powerful new physique and sharpened skill set, Moton emphasizes that Tank is more dangerous than ever. He highlights that Davis has rightfully earned his place as the face of boxing and reminds everyone that with a fighter like him, the unexpected is always possible. Taking a rematch, Moton says, is a high-stakes gamble.
The guy took the pressure, got some skills himself, and I feel like it's gonna be a great fight. I know I'm the better fighter, the more sharper fighter, and I know I'm working harder than him. So, we're gonna see. But I know that I have what it takes, and I'm gonna prove it.
Gervonta Davis's recent training footage is generating serious buzz. In a brief gym clip, his physical transformation is obvious. He's visibly more muscular and moves with explosive speed and focus. Every punch carries precision and intent. Observers note this version of Davis isn't just training, he's preparing to dominate. His intensity suggests he's taking the upcoming rematch extremely seriously. Curmel Moton reflects on sparring sessions with Davis, offering rare personal insight. He speaks with respect and caution, describing the experience as overwhelming not just due to Davis's power, but his precision, timing, and relentless pressure. Moton witnessed firsthand how Tank systematically breaks down opponents. That session gave him a clear understanding of why even seasoned fighters struggle against Davis. It's not just physical, it's psychological warfare.
What was it like when you sparred him? I know you sparred Tank early on.
Yeah.
What was that experience like? Like, replay that experience for me. Like, you coming out of it, what was your thought?
Yeah, I was nervous at first. I think I was 15 at the time we sparred, so he wasn't really like trying to knock me out or nothing like that. But we was going like, he was using the speed on me. Like, we was both like going speed for speed, and it was great. It was like a chess match.
Did you understand in that moment, like, why he is who he is?
Yeah, I seen why he's able to beat these guys. Then I also seen why I'm I got all this hype around me.
Despite knowing the risk, Curmel once expressed a desire to fight Davis before he retires. It wasn't driven by ego, but by a deep need to test himself against one of the sport's most complete fighters. Facing someone like Gervonta, he said, would reveal his true standing. That mindset of embracing challenge and respecting greatness is what defines a real fighter.
Is a big fight. Do you think Tank will retire before you can, because there is a small possibility. He's still at 35, so maybe you can catch him at 40 in 5 years, right? He's what, 29? He'll be 29 November, or he's 29 now? One of the two, so he'll be 30. Technically it'll be like him fighting Loma. Loma's 36, or you don't even think about that?
I don't think about it. I'm not really focused on it. I'm focused on now, my upcoming fights. Take one fight at a time, but who knows what the future holds. I do know Tank said that he ain't want to be around that much longer though. From what he said, take care of not Devin no more. He don't even want to fight Devin no more. But Shakur, what's he said, Tiafimo? I think he said he wanted to retire, but who knows.
The frequent comparisons between Curmel and Davis don't bother him. In fact, he views them as recognition of his growth. Being mentioned in the same breath as a global star like Gervonta speaks volumes about his progress. Curmel understands that Davis isn't just a champion, he's a modern icon, known for electrifying performances. That comparison motivates him to reach an elite level.
People compare you to Tank. When you hear that, like when they call you Tank 2.0 or whatever the case is, how do you feel about that?
I used to take it as like a compliment. When I was an amateur, I used to take it as a compliment. But they comparing me to Tank, he faced the boxing, like the biggest names in the sport, real high skill. But now I feel like I want to make a name for myself. I don't want to be the 2.0 or nobody. I want to be the first me, and make my own.
Boxing legend Oscar De La Hoya has weighed in on the upcoming rematch. While he respects Lamont Roach's technical abilities, he doesn't downplay the threat Davis poses. De La Hoya notes that Roach is stepping into the ring with a fighter on a completely different level, someone with raw aggression and high ring IQ. In his view, Tank's explosiveness makes this a dangerous matchup for Roach.
I think Lamont Roach is a terrific fighter. He might be a little over his head with Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis is, to say the least, he's a beast. He really is. He's a tremendous fighter. He's a dedicated fighter when it comes to training and fighting and making sure that he's in optimal conditions when he steps inside that squared circle. It's going to be a tough night for Roach, but you can never count him out. You know, watching him fight up close and personal, he's sneaky good, which means he can catch you at any time. He can land combinations, sometimes at will, without you even knowing it. You know, he's that sneaky. So, yeah, it's going to be very interesting. But, obviously, Gervonta Davis has the experience. He has the knowledge. He has that mean streak in him that will take you out with any punch.
Frank Martin also shared a candid take ahead of the fight. Though he acknowledges Lamont's skills, he expects the rematch to be an uphill battle. Martin believes Davis's combination of power and control will wear Roach down over time. He predicts that consistent pressure from Gervonta will force Roach into survival mode. According to Martin, few can withstand what Davis brings from the opening bell.
They're trying to get that fight more of a, like, oh, it's going to be a good fight, but no, Roach is a decent fighter, but Tank gonna dog him. Tank gonna dog him.
For sure.
Steven Espinoza offers a broader perspective, noting that Davis is most dominant at 135 pounds, where his speed and power are perfectly aligned. While Davis has fought at 140, lightweight remains his ideal weight class. Espinoza also sheds light on failed negotiations for a megafight with Shakur Stevenson, citing deeper contractual issues. Still, he remains confident in Davis's trajectory and star power.
Yeah, for sure.
Waking up in Texas and coming over here, I'm like, geez, that cold is different, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
Steven, Tank versus Lamont Roach, right? March 1st, we're going to get this fight here in New York. There are a lot of questions of why Lamont Roach, right? Let's not discredit him. He's a great fighter, great chin, high IQ. But why Lamont Roach? That's the questions that all the fans are asking at the beginning.
Look, I think the reality is, I think those are fair questions. I mean, when you have fighters the caliber of Tank, of Canelo, the bar is always high. When you continue to perform well against high-level opposition, people expect a lot from you. There were preliminary discussions about the Shakur fight, early on, like back early, for 2024 before this was scheduled. Didn't get very far for reasons I won't go into. But
come on.
I just think there were, I'm not sure that the time was right. I think, what Shakur was looking for was something different than, he was looking for more of a long-term commitment other than just doing one fight, and so he's got his deal, he's getting busy, he's got a fight scheduled, and, maybe we'll pick up and do something there. But aside from that, I mean, to be candid, those are the big names at 135. I know Tank has gone up to 140, and he would on occasion. He hasn't looked the best there. Overall, I think 135 is his best.
Inside Davis's camp, training is anything but ordinary. In one striking moment, Davis reportedly dropped a sparring partner with a single punch, drawing stunned reactions from veteran trainers. This isn't unusual for Tank, whose power often replicates what happens on fight night. His sharp focus indicates he's not just looking to win, he wants to make a statement in the rematch.
Once Tank felt one more power, he actually really think that Lamont could take his power.
I don't think anybody could take his power. He knocked out heavyweights?
I was there.
Tell me the story. What happened?
Tank, what's the one boy name?
No, don't say a name. I don't want to embarrass anyone.
Oh, no, you're right.
But tell people what happened.
Man, I was about to spar. Before I was about to spar Tank, he was sparring this big boy.
A heavyweight.
Heavyweight boy. And Tank hit that nigga. He hit him so hard that he was on the top of the rope just like this. I'm like, I thought he died. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. I thought he died.
Tank, is that true? You almost killed a heavyweight in the ring? That's what he said.
Should be happening.
Because he asked me, how does a 135-pounder take your power? I said, I don't think anybody takes the power.
Just not get in there with me. That's how they do it.
Were you shocked when you saw that?
Huh?
Were you shocked?
I was just like, man, he better not do that shit to me.
And you know what else he told me? You punched him upstairs, he lost feeling in his leg. No, he did. You told me that, right?
Keep it a beat, yeah.
No, it happened.
You ready?
Want to see me?
Yeah.
Lamont Roach enters this rematch not as a desperate underdog, but as a polished fighter with only one loss. He's refined his style, combining precision with patience. Roach has grown from setbacks and turned them into strengths. His timing, movement, and mindset are better than ever. He's coming to challenge Davis, not merely survive him.
Tank out here selling under 150,000 pay-per-views, you kidding me? Oh man, Face of Boxing, yeah, turn that shit off. Yeah, we shutting that shit down. Every single time. Does Shakur really want to fight Tank? I think Shakur could sell a bit more with somebody else. Especially in Saudi, I feel like they can find him a dancing partner that'll do a little bit better than 150,000. Okay, I get it. This is why PBC delayed this fight for what, 5 months? Y'all ain't want to pay this motherfucker because y'all know he can't sell. I mean, this should have been evident. If you do the math, Tank has never been that great of a pay-per-view draw. He sold over 300K twice now in his career. He sold over 300K with Ryan Garcia, that's obvious, Ryan's the bigger star. And then he sold over 300 with Martin, he sold about 325. But when we put it in perspective, that Frank Martin fight was a comeback fight after a year layoff, so it was always going to sell. Every comeback fight's going to sell. It was one of the first pay-per-views on Amazon's new PBC deal, so they were really trying to push it. And then he had David Benavidez as the co-main event with Gary Russell and Alberto Puello under them. You take away all those factors that this wasn't a comeback fight. David Benavidez isn't the co-main event, and Amazon has now been in the game for over a year. It makes sense it only sold 150. I know there's going to be a couple of you guys in the comments, no, it sold 500K. Don't be so gullible. They didn't sell 500K. I don't know if Tank's a top, well, I know for a fact he's not a top 5 draw in the sport of boxing anymore. Whoa. He's not selling pay-per-views. Bivol better be up just triple him. Well, Jerry, their pay-per-views are cheaper. Don't matter. All that matters is who has more eyes watching them, and Bivol and Better BF do. Tank does.
Roach's credentials deserve more respect. He's a former world champion who has proven himself on big stages. While Davis may draw the spotlight, Roach has carved out his own legacy through consistency and skill. Unlike many challengers who wilt under pressure, Roach adapts and fights back. When their first fight ended in a draw, it raised real questions about Davis's aura of invincibility. That performance shifted the conversation from fluke to formula and proved Roach belongs at the top level. Post-fight, Davis's comments sparked controversy. Rather than crediting Roach, he blamed ring rust and personal distractions. Many in the boxing world saw this as deflection and attempt to downplay Roach's performance. While Davis has a right to assess his own outing, critics argue that failing to acknowledge a tough opponent undercuts the spirit of the sport and overlooks Roach's undeniable growth. Amid all the noise, one truth remains: Gervonta Davis is a master of in-fight adjustments. When situations change, he doesn't panic, he adapts. His ability to read opponents, shift strategies, and control distance sets him apart. Whether starting slow or facing adversity, Davis always finds a way to respond. This adaptability is what makes him so dangerous. And that's it for today's video. Stay tuned for more.